Basketball. The NBA is our next stop with the big man, Big Perk, and Bobby Marks. And let's play a game of contender kryptonite, guys. Big Perk. Lakers looked ridiculously good on Sunday against OKC. So what is their kryptonite? What is the Achilles heel of the LA Lakers?
Well, the Achilles heel of Green is like my weight. Their defense is up and down, right? And when you think about the Lakers, yes, they're going to be able to get a shot up and down every time down the floor because they have the playmakers in Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reeves. But defensively, they have been up and down since Luka has put on the Laker uniform. That is going to be their kryptonite.
Bobby, how about Denver? What's their kryptonite?
Well, Greeny, I think besides the health of Jamal Murray, I think it certainly starts with transition D and then the inability to get stops on the defensive end. Greeny, 22nd in defensive efficiency since the All-Star break, 11 and 13. They're fourth right now in the West. They could be eighth by next week.
The Nuggets could easily wind up in the play-in. Windy made that point too. Perk, how about the Warriors? What's Golden State's kryptonite?
Well, look, Greeny, I trust Jimmy Butler, I trust Steph Curry, I trust Draymond Green. Now, when the lights are bright, when it comes postseason, I'm looking at the others. Moses Moody, Pajemski, Jonathan Kuminga. Are they going to be able to produce in the postseason like we've been seeing them produce in the second part of the season?
So I know what you're asking me. You're saying, hey, Greeny, what's at stake in this final week of the NBA season? Well, in the Western Conference, the answer is everything. Look at these West standings. The Lakers are right now fairly secure in that 3 spot. There are 5 teams that have the same number of losses, 4 teams that have the exact same record. Golden State's in that 4-way tie between 5 and 8. As Bobby mentioned, the Nuggets, they have the same number of losses as all those teams. They could easily wind up in the play-in. But I want to focus in on the Lakers for a minute because, Big Perk, I will confess, they went into OKC on Sunday afternoon. And that was about as impressive a performance as we've seen from them and from pretty much anybody so far. So we sometimes will say bad game or bad sign. Was this such a good game or was it a good sign? Was this an indication that the Lakers, if they're capable of that, are capable of doing something really special in the next 8 weeks?
Well, I think, Greeny, it was a warning shot to the Oklahoma City Thunder to tell them, hey, listen, we're here, and when we step on the floor, you have to lace them up and be prepared to go to war. Do I think the Lakers could beat them in a 7-game series? No, I don't, Greeny. I don't think the Lakers could shoot 55% from the three-point line on a consistent basis, although they are top 10. But again, it comes down to the consistency far as the defensive end for the Los Angeles Lakers. And the one thing we do know about the Thunder is that they play defense at a high level. This was out of character for them. And sometimes it happens when you get those early afternoon games. It's the team that punches first. I thought this game right here just meant a lot more to the Los Angeles Lakers. I thought the Thunder dropped their guards, and I will be looking forward to this game tonight because the Thunder will get their lick back.
Yeah, we'll see if any of the Lakers play. They released an injury report, and pretty much everybody of consequence was on it. And they play tomorrow night at Dallas. That's the Luka return game that we'll have on ESPN. So we'll see what winds up happening tonight. But, Bobby, same thing. The odds moved on the Lakers substantially to win the West after the performance on Sunday. Was that just a good day, or was that a good sign?
Well, I think it's a little bit of both. I usually don't get caught up in the last week of the season, especially with a Thunder team that's got the #1 seed. The one thing, Green, that kind of stood out for me was the size of the Lakers on the perimeter. When you look at Dorian Finney-Smith and certainly LeBron and Luka and Jared Vanderbilt, when Oklahoma City rolled out that small ball lineup, when you have Cason Wallace out there and Lou Dort, the size of that Lakers lineup there. And I'm interested, maybe Oklahoma City, if they do meet them down the road, if you do go big with Holmgren and Isaiah Hartenstein. So I think a little bit of both there, but I'm not ready to say that the Lakers are ready to be the #1 seed in the #1 team in the Western Conference.
How about it, Big Perk? We don't know what the matchups are going to be. Literally almost any combination is possible at this point beyond what's going to be at 1 and what's going to be at 2. Which of the big teams outside of those two do you like the most? Which, the Lakers, the Warriors, the Nuggets, some of the others, which one do you like the most going into the playoffs?
So, Greeny, I think the Warriors are the second best team in the Western Conference, to be honest with you. But my sleeper in the Western Conference is the Los Angeles Clippers.
Yeah.
Kawhi Leonard just won Western Conference Player of the Week. Kawhi Leonard Jordan, Green. I remember calling him that the first time I ever debuted on the Get Up back 5 years ago. James Harden playing at an all-star level. Norman Powell playing at an all-star level. They have one of the best coaches in the game. And here's the last thing. Look at the others. Zubac is averaging 16 and 12. You have a veteran in Nicholas Batum that knows how to be a star in this role. And then the athleticism of Derrick Jones Jr., who, by the way, was a key piece for the Dallas Mavericks making it to the NBA Finals last year.
I've got so many people telling me watch the Clippers as we head into next.
Team with the NBA's best record in the Thunder. The Lakers beat OKC in OKC by 27 on Sunday. They've been there for a couple of days. 6 days to go in the season. It's a free-for-all out west. 7 teams can still end up as the 3 seed, while 6 teams still in the mix for seeds 4 through 8. The Lakers could end up anywhere between the 2nd seed and the 8th seed in the West by season's end, which is only a handful of games away. Dave McMenamin is covering the Lakers. He joins us from Oklahoma City. Dave, 4 games left for LA, 2 wins from the 3 seed. Health could be an issue tonight. What's the latest on Luka and LeBron?
Yeah, Gary, they have almost half the roster on the injury report heading into tonight's game in Oklahoma City. You start with LeBron and Luka. LeBron is back on the injury report as questionable with a left groin strain that recently cost him 2 weeks. Luka is on the report with a right groin strain, which is a new injury. We also have Dorian Finney-Smith on the injury report. Austin Reeves, Gabe Vincent, and Rui Hachimura is already listed as out. Now, by listing all these rotation players as questionable, it gives the Lakers the optionality of resting them tonight with a chance to have them fresh for the second night of a back-to-back in Dallas, maybe the biggest game of their entire calendar year for Luka's return. And they already kind of took care of business here on Sunday, getting the win in OKC. So we'll see. You have to list them as questionable. If you're not going to play them, we'll see if they get moved to doubtful or to probable as the day continues.
Yeah, maybe they are just having a little bit of a wandering eye, what lies ahead of them just south of Oklahoma City with that date against the Mavericks tomorrow. So that being said, how are the Lakers handling what's at stake really in this final week of the regular season, Mac-10?
Yeah, as you set it up, Gary, if the Lakers somehow figure out 2 more wins over the next 4 games, and of course it's tonight in OKC, tomorrow in Dallas, back home against the Houston Rockets, then going on the road to play Portland for their road finale. 2 wins gets you the 3rd seed, and that's what they're aiming for at this point. It assures them to have home court advantage in the first round, assures them to be on the other side of the bracket of the Oklahoma City Thunder. They certainly want to get tonight's game, sure, but tomorrow's game is a major one for Luka Doncic. They recognize the emotions that are going to be in the air. I remember covering the Lakers when they acquired Anthony Davis, and it was everybody putting forth their effort for his return game to New Orleans to make sure you get him that win so he feels good about his new situation. It's the same type of deal that they want to be able to do tomorrow in Dallas. And, of course, secure one of those 2 wins to make sure they get the 3 seed down the stretch.
And that game right here on ESPN. Dave McMenamin joining us this morning with the latest on the Lakers in the home stretch of the regular season.
Xin chào tất cả mọi người đã quay trở lại với kênh của mình. Ngày hôm nay mình sẽ tiếp tục hướng dẫn các bạn làm vòng. Vòng hôm nay của mình sẽ có tiêu đề là quyển sách. Mọi người, hôm nay tiêu đề mình có là quyển vở. Bây giờ mình sẽ bắt đầu làm nhé. Màu đầu tiên là màu hồng. Mình lấy màu hồng này, màu hồng.